Hi everyone, and welcome to today's English on Catch-A-Lot. Catch-A-Lot all week, obviously. Obviously, you're going to have to watch the film again. Now, yesterday when you did it, I gave you a little task to do. It was an odd one out kind of spotting game, things that you had to look out for while you were watching the video. Today, there's another one. There's another kind of task to do while you're watching it. And it's important because it's to do with what we're doing today in English. So if I can move it on, here we go. This is what you need in front of you. You need that sheet. It's another grid with lots of different words on it. I'm going to explain it though, do not worry. So it says, in the clip, we see examples of pathetic fallacy. Now, you probably don't know what that means. That's fine. Basically, what pathetic fallacy means in this film, it's where the weather reflects the mood of the scene. Okay, so using different things to do with the weather in this film, it kind of makes you feel a certain way when you're watching it. So, for example, in this scene, when someone's crying, the rain is often used to add to the mood. So, a lot of the time when it's raining, people feel down. If you look at stories and films and things like that, if something bad's happening, if someone's sad, if someone's miserable, quite often the weather's a bit miserable as well. It might be a bit wet, it might be a bit grey outside. And that's the case for this one. So what I want you to do, first of all, when you're watching the film, like we're going to do every day, it says watch the clip again and pay attention to the weather. Look at the pictures on, this is part of it. Look at the picture on the next page and fill the page with some words or phrases or sentences to describe what is happening. Okay, so what I would do is I'd watch the film again first, watch it all the way through, don't write anything, and then have this sheet in front of you with all the words, lots of different words there, and then put this sheet in front of you because this is what you're going to do the writing on. It's a picture of a storm. This is in your pack as well. Don't worry if you haven't got that, you can still print it out or have a look on the link to the pack that I'll put on Class Dojo. So that's the picture. It's a stormy sea. It's not exactly the same one as the film, but a stormy sea. And it's got some examples of phrases around it already. This one up here says, a leaden sky hung angrily above the little boat. So the sky isn't really angry, is it? But if you say something like that, it makes you feel like the sky might be angry and like the scene is angry, and it makes you maybe a bit nervous as you watch it. Okay, and then down here it says dark, threatening waves gathered. They're not really threatening. They're not saying, oh, I'm going to get you in a minute, you fisherman. They're not really saying that, but they feel threatening because they're dark and like the clouds are coming in around the boat. So let's have a little look at some of the words here. There's some good ones. Think about, and if you're in school, you could maybe talk about some of these things. Think about what the word rumble might mean. If you hear a rumble, how does that make you feel when you're watching something? If you don't know any of these words, for example, turbulent, get yourselves a little dictionary and try and find the meaning of some of these words. Okay, so that's your job. You need to watch the video and then watch it again with the storm picture sheet. And I want you to write any words or phrases, how it makes you feel, how you think it makes the characters feel, to do with the weather. Okay, so you're focusing on the weather. Don't worry about the characters. Don't worry about the whale and things like that. Worry about the weather. Okay, so that's your first job. You can pause the video now and have a go at that before I explain the next bit. Pause the video. Okay, so this is the next bit. This is a bit more of a writing task to do on your own away from the video. It says this: using your work from the picture of the sea storm, so that's what you've just done, all those words and phrases and things that you wrote about the weather and how it made you feel, can you begin to build your own paragraph of writing which increases in suspense and tension? So suspense and tension is when you're watching something or when you're reading a book, is when you can't wait to read more. It's getting you on the edge of your seat. It might be making you nervous or excited, things like that. Okay, you're going to write a paragraph that does that. And it's going to be about the part from where the whale's eye is seen to just, okay, so from when the whale's eye is seen up to just before we see the whale come out of the water. So that short part of the film, from when we see the whale's eye to when the whale comes out of the water, you're going to be describing that part of the story and trying to make it sound filled with suspense and tension and make it exciting and make the watcher nervous, the reader nervous. Here's a little example for you. Don't copy this, then what's the point? But this is a little example. From out of the gathering mists, something moved. An eye. It was definitely an eye. The thick grey sky slowly began to envelop the small boat, and the unusually calm water chewed at its hull. See, even how I'm reading this, I'm trying to read it to get you on the edge of your seat, to make you excited, to make you a bit nervous and wonder what's going to happen next. The sentences are quite short. An eye. It was definitely an eye. Okay, so keep your sentences quite short when you write your paragraph as well. Where are we up to? In sheer panic, the bird launched himself at the larger man and sent him tumbling backwards into the nothingness over the side of the boat. The boat creaked and groaned. The smaller man fumbled for his lantern and peered over the side of the boat. His father appeared and flung himself in a panic over the side of the stricken vessel. Boom! Above them, thunder rumbled as a stark warning that things were about to worsen. The menacing sky grew instantly colder, and almost immediately, the waves began to push and pull the boat in a game of tug of war. The boat fell to the mercy of the pitiless ocean, whilst lightning played across the raging sky and watery fists pummeled the sides of the hull. Whew, it's all kicking off. So that is an example of something that I want you to have a go at. That one uses lots of big words, and do not worry if that sounds a bit complicated or a bit hard. Yours doesn't have to be like that. Basically, what I want you to do is write a paragraph, not a full page, not loads, just a paragraph that describes that short part of the story. From when you see the whale's eye to just before it comes out of the water. Okay, you're describing that part. And in it, I want you to try and make it sound a bit exciting. Okay, that is your job. In your pack, you've got this sheet. If you want to have a go on this sheet, you can do. It's all got your lines all ready for you. You can have a go on that sheet. That's fine. If you want to do it in your book, that's fine too. It's totally up to you. Okay, with this one, if you send me your work on this, what I will try and do is I will try and read some of them out. Because we haven't really done that yet. And a lot of people are sending me their work in, which is great. But this one's quite a nice one, I think, to read out loud. So if you can have a go at this, I will have a go at reading them out loud for you. But you've got to make it sound nervous, exciting. You've got to make me want to read on, okay? And have people listen to it. All right, so that is today's English. Have a good go at that. And I look forward to seeing your work. I will see you all a little bit later.